Hi everyone, my name is Tania Gomez and I'm going to talk about the principal aspects or topics that we have seen during this first term. So let's start with bilingualism, that is the ability of speaking and understanding two or more languages. Uh, these can be categorized like into two groups. The first one is the individual, that is the ability of an individual to process two different linguistic systems, and the social, that carries the effects of the existence of bilingualism in a human group. As we saw in some classes, uh, being bilingual can carry lots of benefits like getting more job opportunities. It can even make you look more attractive, and of course, can develop create a great academic advantage. The next one is the critical thinking, that is the ability to think clearly and rationally, understanding the logical connection between ideas. It is about to make a reasoned judgment about anything or idea that you are not conquer about. Critical thinking requires you to use your ability to reason. It is about being an active learner rather than a passive recipient of information. Also, critical thinking can be self-directed, self-disciplined, and so on. The next one is problem solving, that is the act of defining a problem, determining the cause of it, identifying, prioritizing, and selecting alternatives for a solution. This requires quickly identifying the underlying issue and implementing a solution. Problem solving can have like 5 steps to follow. The first one is to analyze the causes to the unwanted situation. The second one is to generate a set of alternative interventions to achieve your end goal. The next one is to evaluate the best solutions. The fourth one is to implement a plan. And lastly is to assess effectiveness. Right, so let's continue with language and communication. So as we know, language is a system of communication that relies on verbal or non-verbal codes to transfer information. And on the other hand, communication interchanges information between two or more people. Language can include parole, which is the way an individual uses the language, and lang is the whole system of language that precedes and makes a speech possible. As we know, we are rational animals. We have double articulation. We can create meaningful words and vocabulary, but animals don't have a language to express themselves. They can use displacement, but they don't have like a specific language to communicate. They express themselves with their body language, but not with words as we do. The next topic is our brain. Language is located in the left hemisphere of the brain. Let's talk about the broadcast area that has to do with the production of the coherent speech, and where next area is where speech is processed and language is understood. Um, in this topic, we can also see some categories of learning, that is the visual, the auditory, and lastly, the reading and writing. Of course, as we know, the more senses, the better the person is gonna learn. And finally, we are going to talk about memory. That we know that sensory memory is the information that we receive from the human sense. The human sense that are touch, sight, hearing, smell, and taste. That information is storage for a short time. And working memory, on the other hand, is when we are conscious about things and things of any moment. In this one, we have three important elements. That is first the long-term memory, then the encoding, and last the retrieval. So long-term memory doesn't give us a perfect representation of the outside world, and encoding connects new information with what we already know. And I think I have finished explaining the topics that we have seen. I hope you like it, and thank you so much for watching.